I will start with a story. There was a journalist, once upon a time, who was a very famous journalist. She would interview celebrities, politicians, and famous people, who once upon a time quit her job and became a war journalist in hot war zones. And when people asked her, why did you do this? Why did you give up your fabulous career with all the best that you can get from the civilization and changed it for a war zone? She said, well, throughout my career, I would interview these famous people in these beautiful houses with these beautiful careers, and I would ask them, what was your childhood dream? And they would think, with a sad expression on their face, they would actually say, well, I dreamed to be a writer and live by the pond and fish every day. Or I dreamed to travel the world and be an explorer. And then they would pause and say, well, one day I will retire and I will still do this. And she said, I feel that we always delay our lives. And I felt that if I go to the war zone, where you can get killed any moment, any day, I will find people living their lives to the fullest. And that's why she quit her job and she became a war journalist. And I'm asking, is it really necessary? Do we really need to live in life-threatening conditions to live the life to the fullest? Why is it that when we were kids, we used to dream? We used to have, stupid dreams like becoming a bus driver and thinking that that's the best job ever, or having the other dreams. It doesn't matter what, becoming the painter, the writer, or whatever the dreams could have been. And then, as we go along, we just stop dreaming. After a while, we say, well, I'm an adult now. There are no miracles. They don't happen. And we just quit. We say, dream no more. And I say, stop it, because it's all up to you. It's all up to you to dream and to achieve your dreams. And the first thing that you need to do is to bring back that positive thinking, that belief that anything could happen the way it used to be when you were a child. Fellow Toastmasters, 2 weeks ago, I started an exercise. Every day in the evening, I sit down and I write, what were the positive things that happened to me today? And I mean my regular day. Wake up at 7, go to work there, go home, cook, clean, go to bed. Nothing special, just a normal day. So the first few days you struggle through it. You sit there and okay, so what was there? What were the positive things? It was just a regular day, ordinary. So as you move along, what you find yourself doing is that as you go through the day, you note those little positive things that happen to you, so that in the evening you don't have to struggle to remember them. So you come home and now it's not 1 or 2, it's 5, it's 6, it's 7 things that are worth mentioning as positive things. You actually turn the bad things into good ones. You had a terrible headache, well, that gives you a reason to go home early and sleep for 9 hours as opposed to the regular 7 that you get. That's a positive thing. Why didn't you think about it? Why did you focus on the negative thing that happened to you? And gradually what happens is that this just becomes your way of looking at things. Positive side of the things. Negative things still happen to you, but you focus on the positive ones. And one day you find yourself once again in the childhood framework, mind frame. The sky is blue, it's raining, it's beautiful, it's snowing, it's beautiful. There was this beautiful child on the train that you just found really amazing, just the way the child behaved and talked. It doesn't matter what, it's all these little things that usually we just pass by and don't even notice. You know what, I read in an article about a month ago that a very famous violin player stood in I think in a subway station and played. This is the person who plays who knows how many $1,000 violin, and not a single person stopped to listen to him. Not a single person noticed what they were hearing. Nobody stopped to pay attention. People were just busy, running, catching their trains on their way to home, to work, or whatever it is, wherever it was they were running to. So this, I already noticed it. It changes your mindset. It makes you more positive, and it sets the stage for you to start dreaming again. And that brings me to another exercise that actually I went through 2 years ago. I was at a very, very low point in my life. I wasn't happy in my job, I wasn't happy in my love life, I was feeling lonely, and overall I wasn't happy. So what I started doing is I was taking, twice a day, 5 minutes out of my time in the morning and in the evening, sit down and write down my dreams. Whatever dreams, needs, wants might cross my mind. They could be grand, like I want to find the love of my life. It could be small. I want chocolate. Whatever it is. Every day you do this, twice a day. And as you go along, every day your dreams become more and more defined. They gain more and more details around them. While some other dreams might actually sort of die away as not very important to you, as you'll find out. And as I kept at it for about 3 weeks, I think, I got to the point where I felt that, I'm just repeating myself. I'm not adding anything new, I'm not adding any depth. So I stopped it, and I set it aside. Well, a year later, I reread those notes, and I was shocked because I found out that 90 or maybe 95% of those dreams came true. Maybe not necessarily exactly the way I wrote them down, but they did. And now I'm an adult. I don't believe in miracles, they don't happen. What actually I think happened was that I took the time to reflect on my goals. What is it that I want from life? I defined them, I prioritized them, and I made them top of mind for me. So even as I went about, living my life, doing whatever it was I was doing, when the opportunity would come my way, I would grab it subconsciously, without even necessarily being aware of why I chose this path as opposed to some other path. So after that 1 year, that's what I found. And actually I was a little bit mad at myself, because some of the goals I defined in a way that I was like, why? Why did I write these things? For example, what I wrote was that I don't care about promotions, I don't care about salary raises, I just want to feel really appreciated, valued, and recognized. Well, guess what? That was exactly what I got at the end of last year. I didn't get the promotion, I didn't get the salary raise, but everyone said, Tanya, you're doing so great, and let us give you a little bit more responsibilities, without any, raises or promotions. I felt good, but then, I thought, what? Next time I do this, I will think a little bit more about what I'm writing there, because you have to be careful of what you're wishing for, right? Because it just might come true exactly the way you wished for it. So that's what is in your power, is to change your vision, the way you see the world. Because the world is the same as it used to be when you were a kid. It's just that your approach, your vision of the world that is changing. You can look positive. You can see the world in a positive way. And you can set your own goals. I mean, don't be ridiculous. You won't be, become a bear in a year, or a pig, or whatever it is. But this is up to you to set your goals and to achieve those goals. So, whoever said that, building a castle in the sky doesn't mean that your dreams have to evaporate. You just need to take that castle and build a foundation to that castle. And that's the way to dream and to achieve these dreams. That was